Bahadur Shah Zafar was born into fading glory as the last ruler of the mighty Mughal dynasty. His inheritance was a hollow title, as by the time he ascended to the throne in 1837, the reins of power had slipped far from the grasp of his ancestors. The once vast empire had shrunk to the confines of the Red Fort in Delhi, while the British East India Company wielded true power across the Indian subcontinent. Despite the title of emperor, Zafar's role was largely symbolic, his authority restricted to Delhi and its surrounding areas. He devoted much of his time to the arts, fostering cultural renaissance and offering patronage to poets, artists, and musicians within his court. Under his gentle and philosophical rule, Delhi became a center of artistic and intellectual excellence. However, the year 1857 brought a violent upheaval, signaling the start of what would be known as the First War of Independence. A diverse coalition of Indian soldiers, discontented by injustices, rose against the British. Seeing a symbol in Zafar, they declared him their emperor, rallying under his name in hopes of restoring a native rule. The frail, 82-year-old Zafar, with his limited resources and advancing age, was an unlikely leader, yet he became the reluctant figurehead of a widespread rebellion. The revolt surged for months, but ultimately it was no match for the British military might. The rebellion's defeat was marked by brutal retribution. British forces executed Zafar's sons, sealing the fate of his dynasty with ruthless finality. In the aftermath, Bahadur Shah Zafar was tried for treason. Bereft and broken, he was condemned to live out his remaining years in Rangoon, now Yangon, Burma, in a forced exile that stripped him of his empire, people, and homeland. Zafar died in silence in 1862, far from the city he loved and ruled. His burial was hurried, in an unmarked grave, a poignant end for a man born to imperial grandeur. Even in enforced solitude, Zafar turned to poetry, his verses tinged with longing and melancholy for the land that was irrevocably lost to him. "My heart has no peace in this desolate land," he lamented poignantly, his words echoing the emptiness of exile and the yearning for his lost realm. His life and suffering immortalized within his poems, Bahadur Shah Zafar continues to be revered as a symbol of a bygone era. His legacy transcends the tangible relics of an empire, finding permanence instead in the literary tapestry of a culture. The Mughal Empire, once defined by its conquests and courtly might, came to its final curtain with poetry, not battles, as Zafar's verses lamented the end of an epoch veiled in wistfulness and nostalgia.